Yo, what's up? Ready to get into some fun stuff?
Can you make it like a mischievous sound?
Like that? Ready to get up to some playful mischief?
Yeah, let's go. We are connecting up your voice with an actual phone.
Ooh, connecting my voice to a phone? That sounds like some fun.
So if you are keen on seeing on how to deploy something like this to an actual telephone number, stick with me. I'm going to show you right now. So the thing that's going to help us connect up the telephone system with the Gemini real-time models is we are going to be using LiveKit. This is going to help us connect everything. And then our telephone provider will be Telnyx. So just to demo you how it's going to work using my phone, I'm going to call it now.
Hello. Thanks for calling. How can I help you today?
Can you talk to me maybe in Spanish? So say half the sentence in Spanish and the second half in Polish.
Claro que sí. La mitad de la frase la diré en español. A drugie pół po polsku.
There you go. Then hang up all by itself too. And our end of call report is also being sent to an A10. You guys see that? It's bloody cool, isn't it? It's actually a sick setup. I'm actually going to start a completely new cursor project. We'll click on open new project. And in here, you'll create a new folder. Let's just call this Google Telnyx YouTube. Click on create and then click on open. And now we'll have a folder that we can work in within cursor. I just pressed Shift J to open that up. Okay, so you go down below, you'll grab this repo link. You are going to copy these git clone, and just you can either copy that or I'm just going to type that in. It's not too hard. And then you'll have to go in your URL just above, because your GitHub username will be different than mine. Just press the little arrow to the right, press dot, and then type in git. And now this will clone the whole repo that I've made for you guys. And we just copy that in, do everything that we need. So now we need to change into the folder. We type in then cd lk dash, and then just type in, just press tab, and it will take us to the folder. And now you guys can see that this is our whole setup that we need to have. The next step would be then to install all of our dependencies. So we just type in uvsync, and this is going to start up a virtual environment. It's going to download everything that we need, and it did that all really quickly. Then we need to go LK Cloud Auth, and this will authenticate your project right here with the current project that we have on LiveKit. So I'm going to type that in. Yes. It will take you to this screen. Now you want to select your project. I'm just going to select Google Telnyx. You may now close this window. Let's jump back in. Let's make this our default project. Oh, okay, that kind of sucks. Just going to call it, in your guys' case, if you haven't created a project, this won't be a issue. I'm just going to work from here now. Then we run this command, and it will I'll add all of our things in here. I'm just going to skip my Google API key because I don't want to show you guys that one. I'm just going to type in X for now. So now in your local file that is now created by running this command, it now has filled in these three things. Now we need to jump into our Google account, going to get API key, and just clicking on one of these things that you guys have created before. So I'm just click on, like, for example, this one, jump back, and then I would paste that in this section in my .env.local file. And then you will replace where the X was, where we just typed in, with your actual API key. Okay, the next step then for us is to run this. It will download all of our extra stuff that's in here. Cool, all done. Now we just copy this command and come into here, type that in.
Hello. Thanks for calling. How can I help you today?
Hey, I'm doing good. What's happening?
Not much here. Just ready to help if you have any questions or need anything.
Cool. I'm just smashing Control C just to close that. We just type in LK agent create. Now I already have an agent on that specific project. It'll ask you for a few things. You just say yes, choose the .env.local file, choose the area that you're in. So I'm just going to choose EU. and it'll just create you, it'll just update our current Docker file, and it will just push that for us to LiveKit Cloud, and that's where everything will be then held for us. I'm just going to say yes, would like to view the logs. So once it is started, let's go.
Hello, thanks for calling. How can I help you today?
Hey, I'm doing good.
That's great to hear. What can I do for you today?
That's amazing. Cool. Now, one thing haven't done and I haven't shown you guys yet is how to do the webhook URL and all that. And I think I'll do that on the next one as well. Because in here it might do like an error for us where it will say webhook not found. And that's true because we don't actually have one. We need to set one up in the environmental file. And that's where it would then send all the end of call transcripts. So now we are going to be connecting up Telnyx to LiveKit so we can actually make a phone call. Now to do this, we do need to have a verified account with some credit within Telnyx already. Now I do highly recommend when you make an account in Telnyx, you use a business email instead of just something like at gmail.com. So we are mainly going to be reading API documentations and then using Postman right here. Now, what you're going to do is on the left-hand side, you'll see real-time communications, go to numbers, then you can come in here and click on by numbers. You'll search for a number that you want. Okay, they're all good. Then you would add that one to cart. Then you would come into here and you would then place your order. So what you then do once you've got your phone number, just like take a note of it and then put it like on a notepad somewhere. The next thing we also need is the API keys for your account. So on the top left-hand side, you'll see, your login stuff and then your API keys right here. You'll jump into here and then click on create API key. And that is the one that then you'll be using for this setup. So the documentation that we are going to be looking at to be creating this is this one right here. So you'll jump into Telnyx documentation where it says create and configure Telnyx SIP trunk. Now, technically, what you could do is you could copy this page, throw it all into Cursor with the bearer key, and it'll do it all for you. But I did it via Postman. So technically, you could do it that way. So the first call that you'll need to do is to use this one right here, https apr.telnyx version 2 outbound voice profiles. How that looks like is like this. So you'll copy that into this, you'll select post. Then what you'll do is in the authorization, you'll select bearer token from this dropdown, and then you'll paste in the API key that we just copied over from Telnyx. Once you do that, you'll click on send and you'll get a response that looks like this. Now, what you want to do is make a note of this ID that comes back from it because we are basically going to use it in the next API call. The other thing in the body, we put in this body as well. So that's this right here from this curly bracket to this curly bracket. Next one, we copy over this HTTP request. We literally just go and now copy this thing over. But the only thing we now have to do when we do this is replace this variable with our actual voice profile ID. So I'll show you how it looks like on my end. So see how this begins as 2837. My next API call, which is this next one, which is called FQDN connection. I then replace that variable with that 2837 number. Now, once I do this, I then click on send. And then it creates me another thing that I need to reuse. And then you grab this next ID, and then we use this endpoint, which is v2 FQDNS. We do that again, post FQDNS. We now do a few steps. So this ID, this is the thing that we copy over into the third Postman request. So it's this one right here, the one that ends with 318. And then this FQDN is where you grab it from your LiveKit account. So to find this FQDN thing is you'll jump into the settings of your account, and where it says SIP URI, you are only going to copy the things after the SIP. So in my case, this is SIP colon, and basically copy everything after the colon. So in my case, it was 5x7p1p. So for you, it'll be something completely different, but it should end with sip.livekit.cloud. And this is what you copy right into here. You leave this as that, and you leave this as A, then you click on send. Once you click on send, you get another ID. So for now, we need to actually grab our phone number ID for the number that we bought just a second ago. So the US number or whatever number you guys bought. So in here, you'll punch in this URL right here, and then you replace your number right as so. So for me, it was API, Telnyx, phone numbers, filter equals 2184. That was my phone number right here. Then you'll click on send, and you get your then phone number ID. And then this is what you then use in the next call. All right, so we click on that, and in here we need two things. We need the phone number ID and the connection ID. So see how this ends with 357? This is from this request, and there's a 357. That's where the connection ID goes. This is where the phone number ID goes, and the connection ID was actually from back here. It was from this API request right here, fqdn_connections, and voila, you've now created your SIP trunk and phone number setup and outbound profile in Telnyx. So now when you log in, you will see something like this. When you click on real-time communications, you then click on voice, click on SIP trunking, you guys should now see something like this in here. We should say MyLifeQDN. It should have a 1 here because a number would have been assigned to this. And then this is then what we use to then hook up with our LiveKit. Okay, next steps is we then need to jump into SIP trunks. And in the SIP trunk section, we then click on create new trunk. And how it's going to look like in the end when you fill it out is you'll give this a name, something like Telnyx_US or EU or whatever. Click on inbound, put in the phone number that you have in Telnyx. I whitelisted some IP addresses. Those are actually Telnyx IP addresses. I believe it works without them, but I'll put them below anyway, and then click on enable crisp, and then click on update. Click on create in your case because I've already done it. And then for the dispatch rules, this is where we come in on this left-hand side. We'll click on dispatch new rule, and you'll get something that looks like this. At the top, I called it Telnyx_dispatch. Rule type, I chose individual. Room prefix, I said call, and then the little dash. I think it actually looks better without the dash, so I'm actually gonna have it like this. And this is probably the most important thing out of everything here. You need to call this something that you remember and that you know that whatever's in the code. The code that I gave you guys today is called test agent. Then click on trunks, choose the trunk that we just created a second ago, and then click on create. Now, again, this is very important you get the naming here right, because in our code, basically what LiveKit does is when a call comes in from Telnyx then like refers us over to LiveKit. LiveKit picks up the call. It does a bunch of stuff, and then it picks a agent that it has to use using that dispatch rule. The dispatch rule tells it to which agent to use, and if we don't have the name correctly assigned here, then it won't know which agent to use. So in this particular case, this is why it's very important to get this right. I also left a little note here, must match dispatch rule. Once we have everything set up, we can do one of two things. If you already have, for some reason, this is already deployed to your LiveKit account. So what I mean by that is, if you jump into your LiveKit account and you already have an agent here, I'll just double check whether you do have one. There's actually no way to delete it within here. So what you actually need to do is you need to come into the agent, select it, come back into cursor, type in, okay, agent delete, and then punch in your agent ID. So I'm actually going to do that. So I'm going to delete it. This is just in case, by the way, you already have an agent on there. If you don't, you can skip this step. I type in LK agent create, We'll say yes, choose the ENV local, and this is where you choose US East or US Central. I'm gonna, US East or EU Central. I'm gonna choose EU. And now it's just gonna use everything that we set up before. So we're telling it to run from the source folder. We're telling it to pick the agent.py file. So whatever is right here. You guys are also welcome to change a few things. So one of them is, for example, the prompt here. This is the instructions that get sent to Google. You are welcome to change this prompt however you want. You can even add new lines in here. It will not break. This is where you set the temperature. Now, out of the box, the real-time 2.5 flash model is actually both a thinking model and not a thinking model. So if it decides to think, sometimes it does take longer. So I've actually set it to false. If you want it to think and take longer, which I don't know why you would on a voice call, but just let's say you do, you would set this to true. Okay, in this case, we just want to set it to false. If for some reason you want to change from Zephyr, the lady voice, to Puck, which is the original one I had, you just type in Puck and then you have to click on save. And now let's say you want to like update the agent. So just like what we did here. So we changed the voice. So it was okay agent deploy. And then we type in, then we just press enter. Okay agent deploy, and then press enter. And now it will just push the changes that we made here. That it's now just going to basically redo everything that it did a second ago. It's just going to update. Now, I am going to give this a call and then see whether that works. By the way, I'm using like an online version of my phone provider.
Hello. Thanks for calling. How can I help you today?
Yeah, hey, I'm just doing a final test to show anyone who's watching that this works.
Oh, great. Is there anything specific you'd like to test?
No, that's all good, thank you. Bye. And then we would hang up and in between, and yeah, you guys could also enter in your webhook URL and that would set it over to your N8N as soon as it's done. If you want to watch the logs as they happen, you could type in OK agent logs and that will actually start up and you can watch in your terminal as the calls are happening or what's happening to the calls if there are any like errors. So you guys can see it on my last one. Closing session disconnected. All right. I'm going to leave it there and thank you guys. Yep.